Wex, but in this matchup, I can't imagine playing Quas Wex into Primal Beast. He doesn't need mana that badly, and if you don't have the Exort for damage, I think you just don't get to CS at all.
Bottom lane, Fast is going to be pretty strong on Nightfall. Let's see,
Radiant's
throwing
courier
out
was caught in the crossfire.
the axes. Top lane of Mar though sitting a little bit low, has to be careful. Yeah, needs to get maybe one more hit, and there it is. There's going to be the first blood. So we're seeing the power of that Shadow Fiend safe lane.
Yeah, that's slow. When the Shadow Ray stacks up, it is so easy to get caught out of position. It's not like Amar is a slouch on the off lane, but it is difficult to stay safe and still be able to get close enough to get farmed. And Arteezy pulled back his creeps, connected them on the top again. Of course, the pull was made by Taiga meanwhile.
Friends with a troll.
Mid lane, just every time, you know, Abed has this very powerful trample. Did end up taking a couple of hits from that tower. On top lane though, pressure being placed on Arteezy. Not quite being able to finish him off just yet. I think if he had a level 2, perhaps that's a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, he could maybe have committed for more, but Arteezy is gonna be just fine sitting under the tower for now, but has to be worse. Mars getting close. Wrapping around those flies.
Much a comfort hero for Amar, so he knows this hero inside and out.
Yeah, it's of course same can be said for both him and Invoker, but Invoker getting caught out a little bit here. BZM trample.
This feels a little scary here for him because he's not going to be able to rely on that tower. Nope, we'll have the fairy fire. Both are alive, but feeling a little bit tight here in the mid lane.
Yeah, I don't know how he managed to find the idea to go into the river, but I think against Primal Beast, you want to be as far away from the river as possible. If you are far away from your towers, you are in great danger against the trample.
Gone down in flames.
Bit of a courier snipe here. Line loses his courier.
Attempted charge in on the Invoker by Abed, but he's not gonna be able to kill him here. He just gets the call to stop him from trampling all over him.
Looks like Abed is gonna go for a bit of a dive. Stuck behind. Hang out in the trees for a moment. Does have onslaught.
Yeah, he's chasing actually.
For the trample. That cold snap though is pretty potent as Abed looking like he might end up falling, although Taiga with the return, nicely done. Will be able to keep BZM alive.
Yeah, and importantly, BZM has defeated Abed in a Gauntlets challenge, so
bottom lane, these axes coming into play. More pressure being placed over onto Nightfall, but he does have a salve. He'll be able to heal up, and Crit's immediate reaction with the bushwhack slow down both the heroes on the side of OG.
Yeah, Misha is doing a good job trying to protect his troll from too much harassment here, but feels like they're not really winning this lane the way that I think they wanted to. Broodmother is still staying, you know, even in CS, she even has more creeps to cash in on still, so technically ahead of the troll and farm. And I think they wanted this lane to go even better than it's going right now.
Dodge away, turn back around over onto Nightfall.
Tower is under attack.
Just constant poking in this bottom lane without any full committal yet.
A little bit of fighting going on for the neutral creeps here. And another courier loses its life. Taiga going in with the snipe.
I don't think Flash should be allowed to have couriers at this point. They keep dying. This is the second time he lost it.
An investigation here. Is he taking care of them properly?
Very important.
First move coming down bottom, doesn't even need it. They're gonna get a kill just on crit alone there, but they're still coming in with Abed as well in his Primal Beast, so Yuragi, you're in trouble.
Looking very scary for him. The onslaught charging on in with the trample and a nice bushwhack. will keep the troll within the vicinity for Abed to get it. He's only sitting at level 5 right now. We haven't seen the full potential out just yet.
Yeah, he gets the kill, and that was also him not having boots ready yet as well, as he just got them delivered. Of course, with boots, his trample is going to do even more damage, more speed. He's going to go and take the bounty rune here as well on his way back, but for now, I think very happy with how mid lane went. I was expecting this Invoker to struggle more, but the overcommitment earlier has sort of allowed Invoker to take over mid. 26 and 11 against 23 and 7.
Invisibility!
To grab up the top Taiga now. There's the pulverize coming out from Abed. He's just gonna smack him around a little bit. I don't think they have enough damage to finish him off, so we'll be able to just teleport away.
Just TP out, completely safe, no more disables. Cooldown was barely off by a few seconds there on trample, where he could have gone that kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, it seems like broodmother is being left alone a little bit now, as Crit is making his move towards mid, thinking maybe he can make a catch around Primal Beast, but he was scouted by a ward.
Taiga hanging out nearby, both of them having the vision over to the side. I'd be curious to see if they try to make a play on Nightfall, but with Pip already rotating in, go for it. Dubbed as it is.
It's hard to kill broodmother when she's this far back under her own like webs and close to her tower. Even if they have 3 heroes around, it would be difficult to bring her back. You would need something like Disruptor to get the glimpse back for that play. So he's staying safe, and right now OG are just hanging around with a few heroes.
They're teleporting Abed down though. He's gonna just charge forward over onto Rocky. Gets the stop off. As that Arbor needs a little bit more damage. They've got the pulverize. Nice cancel though coming out from Misha with the cookies. Not out of the woods just yet though. Yoragi does get slapped down by Abed. And now Misha running from Nightfall. They want this kill. They're not gonna give it up. A little bit of a scatter blast toss back, but not gonna matter. Ends up dying. Ends up losing Yoragi's courier too.
Attempted Sunstrike. Not going to be able to get the kill, but he does do some damage to mid tower before Fly comes in here and protects. Good rotation there by Abed on his Primal Beast. He didn't get the best laning stage, but his rotations have been very fruitful so far.
Already you can see Misha teleporting to the mid lane. They realized that Abed is smoked up. They saw that the disappear. We managed to find Taiga. They'll be the stomping around in circles from Abed. Those are some big boots.
That's so much damage with the face boots, and that's before he pops either uproar or double damage. He also has the DD rune, which would enable him to do even more this trample.
A lot of just rotation and movement coming out from Abed on this Primal Beast. Pretty quiet in the top lane though. Looks like Arteezy's enjoying this time farming. Currently sitting at the top of the network.
Arteezy enjoying farming? I don't know. Seems kind of fishy to me. Is it really Arteezy? Yeah, of course he's building towards that Dragonlance with Parkfeds as his first item. We'll go into a real right-click SF, and overall the farm has been going slightly better for EG here, as there's a minor advantage in laning stage. Now we have a pause settings and go. Ready immediately.
And they Dota, baby.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now positioning of Abed. Many heroes over towards this side too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that looks like they want to fight. Now with trample and cooldown, be a little bit careful on Abed. Might get caught out deep here.
A little surprised about this. They'll get the bushwhack off, and Yoragi just immediately dies. The onslaught out over past Misha, but now Fly is pretty deep over here. Nightfall though jumping in. Misha will end up becoming spiders. Nightfall comes out again from Abed in a good position. Amar does teleport it. He does have the arena. Try to go for that combination. Still only level 4 in the Dark Willow though for the time being.
Yeah, he wants to join for a fight on Amar because he's not having fantastic time on top lane against the SF, but not gonna get anything for TPing down here. Now has to run back top again. Try and get something over there, but this is just going all EG kills so far. 8 kills to 1. I think OG
I know
need
what
to catch
flies
us.
got them eaten. This is a meaner, faster, scarier evil geniuses than what we have seen in the past.
Yeah, and they're making a lot of interesting moves too, like bringing the broodmother over to mid lane there before she had even taken the bottom tier 1 tower. Usually we see people kind of follow just a script on broodmother. You take the tower, then you take over the jungle. He joined for that fight on mid lane before taking the tier 1 bottom. Cool to see that they're open to making these moves and not just set in their ways. Makes them a little bit unpredictable.
Structures are fortified.
Well, I think that also is what's giving them the edge, is that, you know, the best teams set themselves this meta. They don't necessarily follow it.
That's what I love about Primal Beast when you play it. It's just click your ulti on literally anything. You see a creep that you don't like, click your ulti on it. You want to farm a little bit faster, ulti. Kill someone, ulti. It's just such a low cooldown ability and so much damage.
He's a big boy for sure. Oh, and nice little bushwhack over here to the side. Won't be able to land the sharpshooter, but
Radiant's bottom tower
we'll
is
use the
under
tombstone. Try to push them back. They want this tower on the side of evil geniuses. This will, of course, open up that Roche possibility. And it just feels like OG are unprepared to take this. In fact, they're gonna just end up letting it fall.
Yeah, broodmother swings by as well to secure it, and they have the tombstone. So that's a little bit what we were talking about during the draft. That the tombstone, as well as the teaching something up, very hard to fight under that area. And for now, I think OG, they need to be really on point with canceling the Primal Beast when he starts dealing damage to anyone, because he has been finding so many kills right now, and they have good tools to stop him. They have Cold Snap, they have Spear to try and disjoint him, and as well as the Cookie. So they need to try and be ready and perhaps set up with some bait for Primal Beast.
More active now here on the map. He was spending a lot of time in that top lane trying to put pressure on TZ, putting pressure on the tower, but haven't seen him really get aggressive yet, which feels unusual for him.
Yeah, it's not super unusual, but he's just not having a fantastic laning stage in this game. Getting killed early on there by the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is a hard lane to go in recovery mode a little bit on his Mars. He wants to get some form of item aggression. Looks like he's gonna go for the Vladimir's first and then back for BKB as the plan. Bit of lifesteal would be very useful for one God's Rebuke on the spiders. He full HP. EG now trying to hold on to as much of the map as possible, so they're using their Hoodwink as well as the Primal Beast around top. They also have a ward, but this way they're controlling their own jungle as well as the bottom jungle, using the broodmother spiders right now, sending them out and just scouting the entire jungle. They see where Amara is, and it's very annoying to play against broods when they start doing this.
Nightfall making very good use of the space and choking out the side of OG, so they just don't have the room to farm. It's just a very spooky situation. And BZM gets spotted. The pulverize comes into play. See you later, BZM.
Yeah, gets caught. Quick combination there. Nightfall just moves in.
Thinking about going back in potentially. Get the brambles off. The rest of EG though making their way into the triangle area. The onslaught from Abed. Misha just getting chipped away by Nightfall.
And Abed is stealing. He's taking the entire stack here away. Amar wants to stay around, but it's too late in there.
Another nice bushwhack over on Tygon. That Shadow Realm is going to wear off. And not going to be able to get the Terrorize off either.
11 to 1. What was I saying about EG looking informed today? This is a fantastic start. Now with the DD rune, they could start just taking Roche here. I wonder if they're gonna go straight for it. Looks like they do.
I mean, you know that OG doesn't want to let them have this, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to deal with like a double damage Arteezy.
They have the meatball and the arena. Look for the Chaos Meteor.
All right, there it is. They're gonna a nice spear away. So Fly is going to die immediately. And over on the side, Arteezy trying to get off this ultimate. Won't be able to find it, but they'll end up losing BZM during this. Now Misha is just getting chopped away by Nightfall. Crit trying to close the gap, gets another hit off. The high spy. Nice brambles will be able to hold him in place, but they'll end up losing Misha. Bedlam also coming in. Again, this is Nightfall. This is a broodmother. Very tanky. The onslaught tries to come out from Abed, but does end up getting caught in the brambles. There's just so much garbage all over the ground. It's hard for you to see. You have to really clue in here, but a couple nice races over to Yorgi. They need a little bit more. They will be able to find it. The spear back coming out from Martin. The Clixario coming out from Arteezy as they will clean it all up.
Man, what happened? How is EG this strong? They're absolutely just handling OG in this beautiful performance. They're vision in a good way. They're using spiders to scout the high ground during the fight. Nightfall doing a great job with how he chased there. And this is just looking so beautiful. All the EG are like taking this lineup that looked initially like a little bit wonky, how you're going to make them work together, and just making it work. And we see a replay, of course. SF going really low to Snapfire ulti, but manages to stay alive. And on the front line, they just turn it around. Nothing can kill Broodmother in this fight. I don't really know how they decide to take that fight without Troll joining though. Catching the game again. Oh no, maybe Bramble?
I'm not feeling like this is feeling too. Yeah, they go. They mark Taiga.
He's
the
fine.
chase is on the
Stop looking, camera. Move away. He lived. He lived. He's okay.
Maybe in a different universe.
Top, we see Uragi with that Battle Fury on his Troll. Gets a lot of spider kills. Maybe they can catch Brood. They need something.
Need something, but the follow-up here now from Arteezy. These clicks, they hurt. Uragi popping the ultimate. He's going to try to put off enough damage over onto Arteezy. He's not going to be able to get off the ultimate, so the Snapfire Kiss is doing work, but now it's looking very scary because that ultimate wears off, and there's too much damage on Nightfall. And now Misha left behind. The spiders munching away. The hits coming out from Arteezy, and there's the connection over onto BZM. They'd like to finish. They got the Hunter's Mark. Trying to get the Terrorize off. Amar, though, finding it. Will be able to go get killed. Clean up over onto Fly, who's dove a little bit too deep. Still have their attention over here on the Shadow Fiend. They'll go and they'll use the arena. They've got Bedlam, so that's more than enough damage, but in comes Abed with the BKB, with the stops, cleans up Taiga, chases after Amar. These fights are just absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, this is looking ridiculous. Right now, EG, they have two things that cannot be stopped. It's the Primal Beast is just so survivable and so tanky behind this BKB, and the having a free reign over this game. Nightfall is putting on an absolute performance here on his Broodmother. Hasn't died a single time. Has the Wraith Pact as well as the Hood now, so I'm not even sure how you're supposed to burst him. And OG very much on the back foot now.
Alright, oh my goodness, they found themselves Uragi again, but they are seeing the TPs, so maybe that's gonna get cancelled, but enough to spook them.
Yeah, and they have so much damage between just the two of them. Between Primal Beast and Hoodwink, they can burst anyone really quick.
That was one thing that I did mention during the draft when we weren't sure where this Primal Beast was going. It did seem like a Hoodwink and a Primal Beast together with the lockdown and the slows could be very devastating. And even though they didn't line together, we are seeing how potent that combo can be. But Nightfall really kind of stealing the show, honestly, this game.
Yeah, he's absolutely huge, and now has the full pipe as well. So he's going in, scouting. He already sent spiders to scout first, so he saw that they were here, going to sit now.
Clean up over all the spider babies, but Nightfall does not care. He's gonna make some more.
Yeah, truly a horrible mother, actually, the Broodmother. How many must suffer?
Look, okay, this is one of those situations where, you know, nature, you have to have a lot of babies because you know that a lot of them aren't gonna make it to the ripe old age. You'd like them to. Oh boy, oh, Uragi, here comes Abed. Picks him up with the pulverizer. He's putting up damage off so that way he cannot get the ultimate off, and I will be able to find it. Sharpshooter coming into play though now. First Crown also going to get used over onto Abed. He uses the BKB as Misha makes his rotation. Does just buy that Blink Dagger. He's going to stomp away from the Brambles. Arteezy though with a nice ultimate. The fear coming into play. Clicks over onto BZM. Gets the kill. Trample runs in. Abed, he wants this kill on Taiga. that EG is just running away with this game right now. Look at this, Misha trying to get into his own base, and he is not even safe there.
Yeah, he got a nice Quelling Blade cut on the tree there, so he didn't get caught, but it didn't matter. He dies so fast. Even the courier dies on top as broodmother gets the courier kill and then gets a tower as well. Bottom tower is starting to fall. There's too much happening going the way of EG. You mentioned all of it at once, it feels like. OG are just completely crumbling. Now a 15,000 gold lead at 20 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower.
We have a replay here of how they initially went on the troll, used their high damage that we mentioned to just burst him immediately, and then it feels like OG want to get anything done for himself, so they chase after this BKB cooldown. But on the high ground, look at Arteezy's positioning, hides behind the tree, gets the ulti out. Beautiful.
Clean up on those spiders. Gets a nice bushwhack off over onto Amar and the... Oh, that was so close! 50 hit points! The boomerang and the sharpshooter almost finishing off Amar. This little squirrel does massive amounts of damage. Trying to cut down the tombstone, but Misha will end up falling for his efforts. Tombstone is down though. It just feels like EG, they have so much momentum. I don't understand how they're going to be able to shove them out of the base. They've got the Wraith Pack already deployed. Nightfall just climbing right back in again. Trying to make more babies.
It doesn't feel like they have a timing that's close enough right now. Only blinking. That was scary if managed to get the grab there. Primal Beast.
Yeah, another bushwhack getting thrown out with Curse Crown connecting over onto 2 on the side of Evil Geniuses. Don't have their troll yet.
No, troll is not really that close to online. He's still farming, trying to get any form of network, but they're so far behind. The BKB is quite a while away from Mars. We went for that labs first. It takes a while to complete BKB next. Get out of our base, Snapfire.
But they'll jump in onto the back line. They'll pick up BZM. They've already used the BKB. There's nothing that's going to be able to stop Ombed. He will crush BZM.
Such a quick takedown. I like the combination between Sharpshooter and Primal Beast. It's both really low cooldown ultimates, and they keep using them in tandem just to get these kills.
This is looking like a Gaben's top hat shellacking right now, Waga.
Yeah, I mean, I look over to the carry and he's just farming jungle, and there's nothing.
They can't do anything. Yeah, they're just running after them one by one. These supports just crumbling up and literally stomping all over them.
Yeah, this is completely EG's territory. They're gonna take all the racks in one fell swoop here. Well, not the top. There's a tier 2 tower still, but oh my god, they're finding another one.
Rises up again. That's a cool spell. There's the fear coming out from Arteezy. That's a cleanup on Amar, down for 42 seconds right now, and it just feels like they don't know what to do. They don't know how to force them out of this base. Perhaps they overextend a little bit, getting into position. Not quite enough to finish off your run. He's getting pretty close, but he does manage to get back into that base.
Yeah, nice try with the
fountain.
Quick scope there.
By getting dropped now. Oh lord.
Yeah. Oh, that looks terrifying.
Yes, it does. Right over that sticker.
What is going on with his face? His eye is poking out at me.
Alright, well, Evil Geniuses, they've taken 2 lanes here. Looks like they're going to back off for the time being. They're happy with what they got. Amar is going to be back up in about a second. Feels like Abed's like he keeps turning back around, like, oh, maybe we could go back in. But Nightfall is putting his attention. Oh, okay, all right, the onslaught right down to the bomb. They find your Rocky, and he's just dead immediately.
All these 100-0 bursts.
How do you stop this big stompy boy? Yeah, Amar teleporting out right now. Not gonna be able to make it. The Sunstrike coming in. Just managed to get the kill on Crit, but Amar will end up dying. They're just chewing through the heroes on the side of OG. They call GG. Evil Geniuses, I do not know what it is that they ate for breakfast today, but they are just unstoppable.
I love that game 1, we had this really close game. It started out slow, and then we had some crazy team fights going on and a lot of back and forth. And then game 2 is completely one, not even close. This is not the first time we saw that today, actually. It's been a bit of a trend in the group stage. But okay, EG, they secure themselves. They are the top dogs here in their group. They are now 3-2-0, so they're with 6 wins and a fantastic start in this group.
I think that's going to surprise a lot of people. Again, we look back over the history of DPC this year, and they struggled quite a bit. You know, thinking back to Stockholm Major, they were not looking to be in fine form. But today, it just looks like whatever their issues were, they have found the solution. And they're playing some really just beautiful Dota. And OG, you know, very big favorites within this competition. You know, it's